Hey, what is going on, guys? Gamer Dude back once again with a video discussing the new Grand Theft Auto Online DLC. So today we're just going to be discussing in detail what I think we're going to need in terms of the DLC. So that means in terms of money, in terms of equipment and hardware, and what to expect from the DLC in general, and how exactly the casino is going to be changing over the coming weeks. Like, as you can see on screen right now, this is an early draft of the casino, how it still said opening soon, there's no construction work outside. But that is because every single week now in the game, Rockstar are going to be updating the exterior of the casino until the update finally drops and we get what we're wanting to see. And now in the clip on screen, you'll see what the casino looks like now. You can see it's all lit up at night. You can see all that construction equipment I just mentioned. And I gotta say, those neon signs actually look really dope. I mean, I hope they don't change those because they've never actually been lit up before. And it does actually look pretty dope. It does actually look pretty awesome. But anyway, let's get into detail about what we can expect and how much it's exactly going to cost, based on previous DLCs like the Nightlife DLC and Arena Wars, for example. See, we are quite limited at the moment. During the time I'm making this video, Rockstar has only given us a teeny amount of information. Usually at this point, they have dropped a lot of hints as to what the next DLC is going to be. But this time, of course, they have just said casino. And it's pretty obvious, you know, because of what I said earlier with them updating the exterior of the casino. So moving on to what I said about cost. Now, I do want to cover the Arena Wars and Nightlife DLC as opposed to how much we actually paid for those in general. And you guys are about to get some serious jaw drop when you hear this, because even I had jaw drop at how much, if you bought everything in the DLC, that is, how much it actually came to in total. So we begin with the After Hours DLC. The total cost of this was $93,816,656. That is, of course, assuming you could buy everything. That is a pretty hefty amount, to say the least. I mean, it takes a hell of a lot of grinding if you want everything in the DLCs when they do drop. But if we break that down a little bit, clothes cost $5,658,625, which is about expected for clothing costs in Rockstar games. Vehicles, $28,441,024, which, again, given the increasing cost of vehicles as we get more DLCs, is to be expected. Now, the vehicle modifications are somewhat cheaper, $16,569,707. Yes, I say somewhat cheaper, but that's still pretty expensive, to be quite honest. Now, the nightclubs, and this is only assuming that you switch between them and don't stay in one continuous location, $14,385,000, and that includes all of the interior upgrades and all the little bonus packages you might get with the nightclub as well. So naturally, of course, just in case you guys are like, whoa, hang on a minute, I don't remember it costing that much, that is, of course, generally if you buy things separately. And you know, of course, you can only own one nightclub at a time. I mean, even if you could own more than one, it's not like you're going to go out of your way to buy them all, is it? I mean, that would just be pointless. You know, you'd have too much maintenance, you'd have too many supply runs to do. I mean, yeah, you'd probably earn a shit ton more money if you would sell missions, but you get my point. That is why it seems like such a hefty price. So now we move on to the next topic of discussion, which was in fact the Arena Wars. And if you thought that the Nightlife DLC was a jaw dropper, holy shit, just wait for this, guys. The total cost of everything in Arena Wars, that's all the upgrades and whatnot, and I will break it down, $256,818,504. Of course, assuming you could buy everything. That is absolutely insane. It's like, how many shark cards would you have to buy to get that much money in the game? I mean, myself, Monty Burns Wiki, IronSerb, CZW, and a couple of others, we have been grinding this game continuously for the last couple of weeks since we heard about the casino DLC, because we had just the epiphany that it was going to be ridiculously overpriced and skint our bank accounts. But if I break all of that down from Arena Wars, so you buy the workshop and add all the styles in and whatnot, that's 19,435,000, which is about box standard for most of the businesses that have dropped through the previous updates. Now, if you thought the clothing price was big in the last update that I mentioned, this one takes the candy. I mean, wow. Brace. $64,021,074. That is for all of the clothes in the Arena Wars DLC, and that includes male and female characters. That is an absurdly insane amount of money. I mean, how can they charge so much for a fucking shirt? It's like, it's a shirt. I don't want to pay like $1 million for a shirt. I just want a shirt. I just want my character to look good. Why should it cost so damn much, you know? Vehicles, of course, this price should be expected because of all the other DLCs. The vehicles have been ridiculously overpriced. $118,532,795. And as I said, given the actual amount of vehicles they've added over the years and the price of those, that is all of them meshed together from one DLC. And that's not so bad of a price if you think about it. I mean, because you've got to buy the cars themselves, you've got to put them in the workshop, you've got to add all the upgrades, and etc, etc. So it would make a lot of sense for them to be that price. Now, all of the modifications added on top of those vehicles, it's $25,830,458. And that is a bit excessive. I mean, because even if you get the mobile operations sensor and try to upgrade the DeLorean or the APC or anything like that, it wouldn't cost near enough that much from all the bunker series vehicles that were added. So that is obviously an absurd amount of money. I mean, if you think about it, that is actually $250 million just for that one update. So you can kind of imagine that this casino DLC is going to be huge, because it's probably one of the last updates that Rockstar Games are actually going to do for the game, given that they're going to want to concentrate more on Red Dead Redemption now and possibly the next Grand Theft Auto title. That if this is one of the last, they're going to want it to go out with a bang. They are going to want people to be buying shark cards for as long as possible. Because I get the feeling this update is going to drag out and we're going to get drip-fed stuff until December. So with all that being said, you're probably all thinking at this point, how the fuck are we going to afford this? Well, don't stress enough, that is just all of the prices added together in one. Of course, it will cost significantly less. Say if it goes the same way as the luxury apartments or the Maze Bank Arena office. You can probably just buy, if it goes that same way actually, you can probably just buy a luxury penthouse in the casino overlooking the blackjack tables or something, and that will cost a relatively low amount. Possibly adding garage spaces as well, depending on how many you add. If it's like the CEO offices, depending on how many you add, that will depend on the cost. It all varies on that really, so you don't really have to stress about how much money you're actually going to need in terms of the whole thing, because of course it is going to have to be a business that you buy. Much like everything else in the game, you don't just get given it for free. They are not just going to allow you to walk into that casino like it's a public building, like it's a grocery store or some kind of general store around the map. They just won't do it. So, in conclusion, let's actually break down what we can assume is going to be in this update based on things we've seen in the past. Now, as I said earlier in the video, it is more than likely that it's going to be a purchasable business. But I'm not sure how this is going to work, because with Rockstar Games, when they've added something, say the bunkers for example, there were multiple different locations around the map. And the casino itself is unique. There is only one casino in the game, unless they kind of decide to add underground casinos, kind of like speakeasies, but I can't see that happening. It's just one big casino. It's been there for the last 5 years, so they've got to put all the focus on that, really. But you can imagine, like, if it was just to stay to that one particular area, then the amount of players that would be coming out of there and spawning out of there would probably cause a little bit of lag, if you think about it. But we can only assume that Rockstar Games, that they have a little trick up their sleeve. I mean, there's got to be some kind of little turncoat for it. But in turn, I want to discuss how much I think it's going to cost in general. Given, as I've said in the video, with the previous updates like the Arena Wars and Nightlife, I get the feeling it's going to cost, if you want everything, that is, about 70, maybe $80 million. Which isn't too out there if you think about it, considering Arena Wars was about $93 million. So that's probably going to include vehicles, clothing, any new weapons that they add, etc., etc. And it's one of those things where it's a bad case of, do I want this? Do I need this? Has it been too overhyped for the last couple of years? I mean, couldn't you have done this sooner? Were they really just waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2 to come out so they could open the casino? Was that Rockstar's plan all along? We just don't know. But I believe the casino itself, with all the upgrades and whatnot, is going to cost about $20 million. That is based simply on the fact that it is just a luxury building. And if we can't have accommodations in the casino, I'm guessing they'll add some kind of new properties, possibly even the mansions that we've all been craving for in the last 5 years. Because it would make the most sense to make the casino the main business, and then just give us some new houses, some new mansions, or some new garages. Because there is that big multi-story car park at the back of the casino, but I can't see how that would work as a garage space, because it's just an open car park. That would be like opening up one of the other car parks in the game and saying, oh yeah, just park all your cars in here, let players come in and destroy them. I mean, obviously with the casino one it would be a closed area, so it'd be your thing, but you get what I'm saying there, guys, don't you? But in turn, I do generally believe that we are, even if you're new to the game and you've been playing for a couple of weeks, that we are actually going to be able to afford it in terms of just generalization. I mean, yes, as I've said in the video, you will have to buy it as a business. But unless you want to buy all the upgrades, so guessing you'll have to add the blackjack tables and poker tables in separately, it will just be a bog standard business. And you can earn money throughout the game, whether you've got 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, 100 billion, it doesn't matter. You can earn more money throughout the game and just upgrade it all separately. You don't have to do it all at once. I mean, I've still got apartments and businesses and whatnot that I haven't even fully upgraded yet. My Maze Bank Arena, all I did to that was just buy all the garage spaces. And that was it. I didn't upgrade the interior or anything. So, in conclusion, finally to this video, I do strongly believe that you'll be able to afford it, no matter how much money you've got. Well, unless you've got under $1 million, then you are kind of screwed. I recommend a little bit of grinding. But in the time that I've made this video, Rockstar have dropped another sort of backdrop into the casino. They've updated the exterior again. They've just added a little bit more construction equipment, so we can expect in the coming weeks for the exterior to change more, to give us a little bit more of an idea of what to expect inside the casino. I mean, it pretty much already tells us on the outside. It tells us that we've got poker, it tells us we've got blackjack, it tells us we've got some kind of card game. So basically that is 3 already. I mean, the files for the casino have been there since the get-go of the game. You know, it's been a thing that they wanted to add from day one, but they couldn't do it because of gambling laws and gambling restrictions. So it kind of does make me think that they were just this whole time waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2 to drop so they could get the permission to do this. But yeah, I think that's about it for this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, don't hesitate to drop me a like and a subscribe. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I want to thank all subscribers, old and new, for the continuous love and support. We are now at 916, slowly climbing towards that goal of 1k subscribers. So if you enjoy my content, or if you're new to the channel, don't hesitate to subscribe, share me about, tell your friends. I would really appreciate any support you guys could give. Stay tuned, of course, this week, because we will be continuing what's left of our Telltale game series, Back to the Future and The Walking Dead. I do have a live stream planned tonight as well. It'll just be something random. As I say, I don't have a schedule for my games unless it comes down to the Telltale game series. But yeah, I hope I've given you an insight into this little DLC. I mean, you know, we don't really have that much information on it. If you're a fan of Grand Theft Auto and you've been playing it for as long as I have, then you're probably eager for any information regarding the casino. But I will definitely try to keep you updated. If Rockstar drop any news, I'll definitely pop that in, maybe do a Just the Facts video on it at some point as well. But yeah, that's it then. Thanks for watching. This has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming, and I'll catch you all real soon, guys.